really good. Travel was really good. It was short. Us leaving Florida and then coming here, had to go back home, wash some clothes, and get back and get ready to go.
Mark. Hi, Mark Berman of the Roanoke Times. Congratulations on making it here. Tanner, you guys are on the road team, but you just came from Florida, winning that region on the road. How much does that maybe give you guys confidence heading into the road this week?
This is it gives us a lot of confidence. Gainesville was a very hostile environment, in the SEC and stuff, and that's something that over the year we've been accustomed to. So we're going to be walking into kind of the same environment here, and we're looking forward to the opportunity.
Skip, I was curious. Tech put up some big scores in their region last weekend, but your last game was, I think it was a 5-4 score on Monday night. What do you kind of expect, maybe score-wise, expecting this weekend?
I don't know, really. I mean, I couldn't tell you what the score was going to be or how good we'll be or how good they'll be. Just get the opportunity to play against the baseball is the biggest thing that we look forward to, is just, trying to go out and play good baseball and continue to get better day in and day out and each week. I mean, that's been our goal every week, is to get better each week. And if we win, we win. If we lose, we learn from our losing, and we can learn from our winning as well. And that's what we've kind of been our mantra, is just play against the baseball and take it one pitch at a time.
Skip, Tim Thomas from the Tech Lunch Pail. John Sheff mentioned that you guys have kind of a long-standing relationship from your time at Navarro and his time at Louisiana Lafayette, and him recruiting players when you were coaching on the junior college range. Can you give us a little insight into the relationship that you guys have?
Yeah, I mean, he was one of the top recruiters. He'd show up and come to our games, and we always had some good players, and so that was really where the relationship started. I mean, the guy, he worked extremely hard at what his craft was. He was recruiting coordinator at Louisiana Lafayette. Then he was at Kansas and Kansas State. So I'm familiar with him and what he's done. And he's a really good coach, a fundamental coach, and looking for the opportunity to compete against his team.
And then what's your plan in terms of the kind of the pitching rotation for the weekend?
Well, we start out with Jake Bennett, and we wanted to make sure that he threw today, see how he felt, and go from there. And then we'll see what happens from that point on. It's been, usually in the weekend, it's been Jake Bennett, David Sandlin, and Cade Horton. So we'll look forward to seeing what that plays itself out as we get, closer to the game and play a game and see what happens.
And you guys are one of the top base running teams, and this is for both of you guys. You're one of the top base running teams in the country, 3 guys with 22 or more steals so far this season. What makes you guys so effective on the base paths and not just aggressive on them?
That's what we do. I mean, that's a part of our offense, and we're going to be aggressive, and that's the biggest thing that we do, more so than anything, and opportunities within what the game tells you to do. And so that's what we try to do. We don't have a certain magic trick or magic dust that we throw on top of players, and all of a sudden they start running faster, throwing harder, and hitting balls farther. It's just about baseball and understanding what the game's going to give you, and you've got to go out and try to take the game and try to be aggressive in the game. And you want to go down being aggressive. You don't want to go down being timid.
Skip, what's kind of your concern or not, pitching-wise, as you get ready to face one of the better offensive teams in the country?
What am I concerned about?
Yeah, are you worried about your pitching as you get ready to face such a good offense?
No.
And you feel like your pitching's in good shape? And
the only thing you can control is throwing the ball to the mitt. You can't control if they get a hit or not. You just want to keep attacking the mitt. So that's the biggest thing you want to do, is just throw it to the mitt. And whatever happens, happens. And really, that's basically the only thing you can control, is just throwing the ball to the mitt. If we get concerned about it and worried about what's going to happen in the game, then you struggle. You just got to try to go out and make pitches and be the best you can at being a pitch maker. And hopefully our defense plays well and we play fundamental baseball.
Tanner, I think you guys have won 7 of your last 8 games, dating back to the start of the Big 12 tournament. What do you like about how your team is playing during this stretch? Why has this team been so good of late?
I think we're just motivated. The biggest thing for us is the people who doubt us and things like that. And we've talked about that all years. When we're doubted, we want to make a statement. and that's been our motto all year. And we're trying to make a statement at the Big 12. We're trying to make a statement regional, and we're going to try to make a statement here. So we're just going to hope to keep that momentum going forward.
Since Peyton and Bennett aren't here, let me ask you, Tanner, first with Peyton, from being around the guy every day, what makes Peyton Graham so good?
Well, he's just an explosive player. He works really hard, and he's really focused when we're out there playing, and he can make anything happen at any point. And he just does a good job for all of us, and he brings a lot of energy for us. So he does a good job.
And then from seeing Jake in practice all the time and playing behind him, what makes him such a good pitcher?
He is extremely level-headed. He doesn't get too up or too down. He is really good about attacking and just forgetting about any kind of mistake he makes and just moving on from that. And I think that's what separates him from most of the pitchers in the country.
Skip, just curious, obviously first time in Super Regionals in a while for the program. At what point, was there a certain point, maybe last fall or during the season, where you were like, oh, this team is pretty good, I think I got something special on my hands here?
Well, I mean, the biggest thing is that what's really been special is how they care for each other. And then whatever leads into that, the culture leads into winning and taking care of themselves, because that's really at the end of the day, you really want to see those kids believe in each other. I mean, if you listen to any of our press conferences before, and I think last week Kendall talked about, Tanner being a senior, and in our last game, we had an advance meeting before our last game, and he talked about, I didn't want Tredaway to go out that way. And so that was more caring about each other. And then when they start caring about each other, then the game will come simple to them, and they'll try really hard. And you can't. The biggest thing is what you want those kids to do is to give you effort. I mean, that's all they can control is their effort level, and they've been given effort each weekend. And I think we've been on the road 4 or 5 weeks in a row, so it's been really fun doing that with these kids, and really growing fond to how they go approach the game and how they approach each other. It's really fun to be around. It's fun to coach. I mean, we talk about winning championships, but my job is to carve my name on their heart, and then you can go carve it on marble. I mean, that's what we really care about. We really care about how that kid gets better day in and day out. Don't get me wrong, we want to win. There's no doubt about that. But if you can really care about the kid more and show him how much you care, that's what it's really about.
Coach, we've got 2 questions on Zoom. The first one being, I'm sure quality starting pitching has played a part, but what has been the catalyst for your bullpen finding success, specifically over the last month? Guys like Carson Atwood, Carter Campbell, Ben Abram leading to Trevin Michael on the back end. Obviously, walks have been limited, but how big of a role has trust between yourself and Jimmy Crooks played in this?
Well, I mean, Jimmy's a leader, and that's one good thing about him. I think the biggest difference for us is because our offense has played so well at times, and it's helped. Anytime you have a lead, your breaking ball, your fastball command gets better. Those things get better. So I contribute that our pitching to our offense as much as anything. Our offense has been really explosive at times, and it gives us a lead, so we can go out there and not try to pitch perfect. We just throw the ball to the target.
And another one, how do you approach a weekend like this with Cade Horton? Obviously, a Sunday game isn't guaranteed, so is there any temptation to attempt to work him in earlier if a situation where it makes sense presents itself?
It just depends on what the game shows you and tells you what to do. He's throwing the back end for us. He's started for us. So, whatever we can do to try to win the baseball game, we're going to do it. I mean, last week we brought in our Friday night starter to close the game. And it's really a bullpen day for him on a short week's rest. So, he threw 28 pitches, and his bullpen's usually 40. So you double in a game. What you try to do is you try to double in a game. If he threw 28, it's like throwing 50. So it's 10 extra pitches in the bullpen, wherever it may be. He felt good today, which is a good sign.
For more information, you can visit TulsaWorld.com.